YouTube. How are you doing? How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome here. Good to see all of you. And we're going to cover some Elliott Waves for the upcoming... I put 2 hours in my agenda, so let's see how that goes. 1.5, 2 hours. So, hey, good that you're all here. Welcome. And Flotty, Mark Dutch, what's up? How you doing? Nick K, welcome. Broncos, buenos dias desde España, Madrid, gracias. Always commenting, Mr. Broncos. Welcome. Hannah Rose, how you doing? Welcome. Kenny from Portugal, not Canada anymore. Welcome. Poemit, what's up? Hit the like button on the way in, says Mark. Lowry Jurkin, welcome, welcome. Good to have you here, Lowry. Mendo Tav, what's up? For once, I'm here before the start. There you go. You catch the timer. The timer is always short. It's only 3 minutes. Usually, it's about 3 minutes, and then I go live. So there's not much time for people to enter before I start. But that's after when the timer is finished, I always chat a little bit, say hi to everyone and stuff, and then we start. So no worries. But you found a good time. You entered a good time now. Mr. Friends, what's up? I got to show something before we start, which has been developed and made by Mr. Friends. He already knows. Mr. Friends will already know. Yes. There we go. I got to show you this. Okay, wait. I need to put the sound. Okay, the sound is on. Okay, everyone. Get ready for a very cringy video before we start with Elliott Waves. Mr. Friends went to, I guess, Suno, as it's called, and he text prompted a nice song with AI about Elliott Waves and Kunst trading. Listen up. I was sitting out on a sea of doubt, lost in the noise, trying to figure it out. Then I found this platform called it was called. Said they got the insight to make me feel gold. Oh yeah. Anyone cringing? Took a chance down into the charts. Elliott Waves, whispering secrets like art. Bitcoin was rising, the wave was high. It's crazy, no? Mr. Friends. Oh, yeah. By the way, take a chance, it's on. It's so crazy. I know. Like so Mr. Friends, he found the GIF, like my in the Netherlands there's a GIF that's used on WhatsApp and stuff which has my face. I couldn't find it quick during the stream. Mr. Friends found it, and he went one step beyond. He was like, you know what, let me go to Suno and make a small little song about like Kunst trading. He made another one for Justin, another Diamond member as well. This guy, yeah. So he made another one which has to do with Justin as well here. But of course, we're not a music channel. But I mean, it's not going to be the new theme song of the channel. But I did save that song as a video on my computer, and Mr. Friends is now part of a very rare club on my computer, which is the folders that I have. So I have a few folders. Oh, it's opening in the wrong browser. 1 second. I have a few folders here of members. Card has a folder, Dario, Jarvis, Mr. Friends, and Super Psycho. And Mr. Friends now joined the list. That's probably the rarest club that you can get, is a folder on my PC. Oh, sorry for this. I accidentally clicked the button twice. Nice start of the stream. Oh boy. Oh my, I know, Mike. I know. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Mr. Friends, where's he? Where is he? Here he is. Yeah, the AI guy. I renamed the folder to Mr. Friends AI. So green today. It's good to see, it's good that you're in the green. I mean, your name is green. Hopefully your portfolio is green, while the chart is having a little bit of red. Loves YouTube and the crowd. I know. I love live streaming, man. I love the interaction. I don't get the same interaction with the YouTube videos, but I do of course, upload 10-minute updates because it's important. People don't have time to stick around with a 2-hour live stream and stuff, 1-hour live stream. So that's why we mix both on the channel, no? The 886 is a magnet. I know. It's been hit all the time everywhere. Almost again here. Close. Jeroen, how are you doing? Welcome. Newest member, by the way. So, Jeroen Wening. Adachi. Luffy Puffy, how are you? I'm doing very well. How are you, Luffy Puffy? By the way, is this your first message on the channel? Won't be surprised. Good morning from the US, Thomas. Welcome. Mr. Siep Orkson. Bruno, welcome as well. Abuzni Sok, what's up? Oh, I have to reply to your messages. I know it's a it's a banger, yeah. Oh boy. No. Mahir, welcome. Barbie, Kevin. Come back at again with a juicy live stream. Let's see what happens during today's live stream, right? So there was, of course, some interesting price action. Price was moving to the downside here, and I wanted to go live somewhere between 12 and 2, and I saw some volume coming in, and I was like, you know what? I think it's fun to go live and see what happens on the chart. No. Probabilities haven't changed compared to the morning video, by the way. Everything is still the same. We can cover some stuff now, of course, which we will do. But the probabilities haven't changed at the moment. Based on the local price section, it's still same probabilities, which you can see here. By the way, just in case, 0.0 everyone, right? 0.0. Low time frame is the 4-hour chart. That's what we're seeing right now. Micro is this move to the upside here, pretty much the 1-hour chart. Local is the 15-minute/5-minute there, and then you have general, just like summary, right? General probabilities. So yeah, let's shortly cover those scenarios. Let me move this to the downside so that when I'm changing everything around here, it's not bothering me if I add new stuff. Okay, that's sad. And hopefully we can observe a little bit of volatility. What's happening on the CVD? Big bearish CVDs here now played out. We're going to cover this in a bit. So are we going to do the daily chart as well in this live stream? What do you want? So, of course, we go through Elliott Waves. I might just go very quickly through the daily scenarios, 12-hour scenarios, and then zoom into the 4, 1, 15 to have like a whole overview in the live stream, everything you can give us. Ooh. We need these drinks as well for sharp memory. What's up, product of me? I'm not sure if these help with memory, but man, it's my favorite summer drink. Amstel Radler, 0.0%. Oh, fuck, it's so nice. And the sun is shining. Sun is shining. It's a beautiful day here. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to move my high time frame stuff to the upside, which means we are going through that as well. This weekly gap, monthly gap, the range is interesting. So all of this moves. Oof. Bull, weekly gap, monthly gap, bear. This is basically, so pretty much these are my PowerPoint slides. You can say. Range below. Yeah, it's important support. We don't need that. Daily gap. We are in the daily gap. We'll remember that. Okay, so there we go. We don't have news today, by the way. At least not according to the sheet, but we do have tomorrow. Right, so 2:30 p.m. I constantly, I don't know if it's the sun, but all the time I have the feeling as if it is Friday. Like the whole day, I've been living like, oh, it's Friday, tomorrow is Saturday. I don't know. Radler is best in summer. Yup. I mean, it's still winter here, but it's just very nice. It's just very nice. Pole dancing in 3, 2, 1. The only thing I have behind me is the station. Any education is welcome. Yeah, we're gonna go through the whole thing. What's up, Ben Ketchar? Welcome. Ketchar. He joined yesterday during the live stream. Newest Diamond member. What's up, Ketchar? How you doing? And he was there also yesterday, or was it 2 days ago in the chatting session? I think it was yesterday, no? Okay, let's start. So what we're gonna do in this live stream, because the probabilities haven't changed, we're gonna run through like this morning, the video was 4-hour time frame and lower. I'm gonna start on the weekly time frame now and then daily and lower. Probabilities haven't changed, right? But it's good to cover everything, be prepared for what's gonna happen in the upcoming hours. And then we just go into Q&A and chatting, which of course then probably will be the most interesting part. And let's see if we get some volatility and maybe a nice high or low taken, which would be fun, right? Because then we get some change. So let's see what happens. So it's been a very quiet day. Look at what happened. My video this morning was uploaded somewhere here. We've been ranging in a range of, what is this, 200 to like pretty much $200 range for the whole morning, and now we have this move here. So yeah, you know, nice. Okay, so let's start, no? I don't really review indices or DXY, but we might actually have time for that today as well, because I'm not planning to stick with the Bitcoin chart or all the scenarios here too long, because nothing changed. So let's go through Elliott Waves, then get to the Q&A and chatting, shall we? So while I do this, I won't really look at the chat too much, because I want to have one flow of analysis. So the people that are here for the analysis, they got what they wanted, and if they need to leave for whatever reason, they can leave again, right? So let me go through this in one go. Starting with the weekly chart. 112 here. I had a conversation with someone on in the comment section recently between the 112 that you see on my chart over here and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this impulse to the upside is very, very long in time, which is compared to previous wave ones, right? This wave one over here, for example. And then if I go to log, of course, there's another wave one, but this one is very, very long in time, which is not great for the probabilities of this being a wave one. However, if we are looking at a potential massive wave 3 on a macro time frame, this of course is definitely a potential scenario. So that's why it's on the chart. It's not invalidated. 618 isn't hit. We'll talk about this one in a second. But I start with the 112. 1, 2, looking for another 1, 2. First wave 2, retrace to the 382. Less common for 2, more common for B. Still a target for 2 nonetheless, right? Complex structure in wave 2 in a running flat. Then we have another wave 1 to the upside. Preferably a second wave 1 is shorter in price and time compared to the first wave 1. This one, however, is longer in price than the first wave 1. Trend-based sub-extension taken from the low to the high to the low. However, in time, this wave 1 is shorter than this wave 1. So that is the good thing about the second wave 1. Again, it's preferable that the second wave 1 is shorter in time and price. It's not a requirement, but it does play with the probabilities. At least it's shorter in time, so that's something, and that's why we still keep an eye on this scenario, right? The green count is a lower degree Elliott wave count. In yellow, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the green 5 finishes the yellow wave 3. Common target for your wave 2 is the 05786, taken from the low to the high, 30K to 37K here. And time-wise, preferably, this wave 2 is ending after the 0.382 Fib time, taken from this low to this high, which gives you a minimum date of the 19th of Feb 2024 or later, right? Preferably in this particular scenario. Now, when we look at the big volume profiles here, I've been showing this in a couple of videos, right? It's a beautiful volume profile. This scenario works nicely with the volume profile as well. 1, look for the low of the range in a 2, and then continue up, of course, in a 3 in this bullish scenario. Big resistance here, the value area highs around 48, 49, 50K. Big support, 30 to 32K, and the point of control, 38.7K. Also had a fib here, golden pocket, 618 touched, taken from the high to the low, which is very nice. The second scenario here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure. So we're not yet finished with this move, right? We still have 4 and 5. We're not going to retrace to the lower prices of a wave 2. Look at the target box for a wave 2. The 05 has overlap, but below this, right, it's all green. Blue up here. Blue box, that's your common target area for your wave 4, pulled from the low to the high. 05, 382, 39.8, 37K, invalidation 0.618. Also here, wave 4 preferably ends after the 0.382, which is, in this case, sitting on the 4th of March, because these fib times are pulled from this high to this low to this high, comparing wave 2 with wave 4. Wave 2 was very shallow and long and complex, so wave 4 can be short, deep and simple. For example, a zigzag in an A, B, C, and short for a wave 4 would be the 0.382 area. Now an alternative that I haven't yet forgotten about is that this move to the upside here is not yet finished. It's not preferred at the moment, but that you still have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where this is an ABC finished, and you make one more high in a 5, and then you go down. Right? So instead of this impulse being finished, but that depends on local price action. That's what I've been saying in the past couple of videos. We are still expecting a move like this, and either it's an A, B, C, we go down, or a 1, 2, 3, and we continue. Depends on the local price action. But just so you know, this wave 1 might still get another high, right? This wave 3 could get another high, because this is too short for the blue wave 4. But also in the bearish scenario, your wave C can still get another high, right? So that is something we have to keep in mind. Now on the weekly chart, we have 2 gaps below price. One gap has acted very nicely as support. We were looking for price to test the gap. It filled the gap on the daily time frame pretty much to the downside with a nice bounce. That's what you like to see when it tests a gap for the first time, which happened with the candle here. You like to see it acting as support. Of course, the second time you now come down, probabilities are high. You're gonna, take the low of the gap. We actually just missed out on hitting that low. And then we have another weekly gap down here, 34K to 30.3K. Once you start closing daily candles in here, probabilities increase to move to the lower end of the gap. On the monthly chart, we also have a gap. And this one is interesting to me because we tested it for the second time. So here, big candle down, right? We created a gap, tested once, rejection, testing twice. Now, each time you test a gap, the probabilities go up, you fill the gap. Now, it's more than normal to have a rejection. But if we do get back up here, right, we're just going to be looking to fill the gap, 53.3K. That's going to have a high probability if price goes back up to that gap, which of course could work with the alternative scenario I mentioned, where potentially you move towards the upside and you end your wave 5 here of this impulsive structure. No? So that is something we keep in mind. Now the bearish scenario, everyone is familiar, I suppose. You see it all over the internet now. A, B, C, wave B, 3 at 2 touch, more common for B, less common for 2. Then you're going to be looking for C. Target area for C, time and price is in the pink box here, 40K to pretty much 50K. Time over here between the 4th of December last year and the 22nd of April preferably. Fib times taken from the low to the high of A to the low of B. Trend-based fib extension taken from the low to the high of A to the low of wave B. Now this is the range that we have been in for a while now on the 4-hour chart here. This is such a beautiful range actually. It's Bitcoin, of course. I think, I don't know the exact statistic out of my head, but 80% of the cases it's ranging or something like this. So trading can be very, very quote unquote simple. It doesn't have to be difficult. The first type of strategy someone can make is a range trading strategy, right? Because Bitcoin is ranging so often. But in this case, it's a beautiful representation of what Bitcoin loves to do, is a range. Yes, we have volatility in the range, but nonetheless, it's a range, right? We go down, we go up. Of course, here we don't yet know what type of range we're getting. But then we reject, come back down, move above, and now we really, this already is a range. We come back down in the range. Where do we go? The low of the range. Perfect, right? From the low, back to the high, back to the point of control. Then we escape, we move above, we retest the range, by the way. Then we come back down, 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 down to the low of the range. Go below, back in the range, back to the point of control, back to the value area high. That's the question, no? We do have some very interesting resistance here, and generally, as we will explain in a second, we are still looking for higher prices as well to the upside, right? And either an A, B, C, or a 1, 2, 3, or this move down can still be a wave 4, but we'll cover that in a second. So this range here, very, very nice, great to have on your chart. You can pull a volume profile from the 4th of December on the 4-hour chart, 1 p.m. to where price is now. The point of control of this range used to be this pivot over here. This is where we rejected, but now the point of control moved to the downside, as you can see. Now, short repeat of what I said this morning. We will go very quick through this, right? Bearish scenario on the 4-hour time frame. We get to the probabilities in a second. Bearish scenario is a 3-wave structure to the downside or a 5-wave impulse. A, B, C down, W, X, Y down, 1, 2, 3 down. Doesn't matter what we're looking for. Reason being, this move to the upside has a much higher probability of being a 5-wave structure. So in B2 or X, currently the highest probability scenario is a zigzag in an A, B, C. This move to the downside can be counted as a 5-waver or a 3-waver. 1, 2, 3, sideways 4, and then an extended 5. 3, quite similar in length compared to wave 1, increases probabilities for an extended 5, even though 5 is very long, right? Or you have a wave A, B, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 internally here. This is your A, this is your B, this is your C. In this scenario, wave B only retraced to the 0.236, which is, even for a B, a rare target. So both a 5-wave move down as well as a 3-wave move down has their complications, pretty much, right? For an impulse, it's wave 4 is very long compared to 2, but not yet past invalidation, and wave 5 is extended, less common and long, and for a 3-wave move to the downside, wave B is very shallow. Yeah. So that is why we have all 3 of them on the chart, and we're looking for a 3-wave structure. Common target here for your wave 2, 05786, pulled from the high to the low, 43.8, 46.8. Common target for B and X is the 05 to the 886 over here, so that's the whole area, 43.8 to 47.8K. I'll answer questions in the chat in a second, but going below 20K, not at the moment. That is way too early to call. So the bullish scenario is that we are looking for impulsive structures to the upside. The nice thing here is that we then expect the same type of structure. As in the bearish scenario, we are looking for at least a 3-wave structure to the upside, but here we want to see continuation instead of a drop. So even though it might look complex with the scenarios, like A, B, C, W, X, Y, 1, 2, 3, and then he switches to another scenario and a 1, 2, 3, the price action is similar, right? The price movement is similar, and that is the nice thing between the scenarios here. Now this wave 1, as you can see, is not put on top of this high because there's 2 scenarios. Either 1 is in and you go down for 2, or not yet. We'll see what local price action brings. But just in case, if the high of 1 is here, you want to pull the fibs for a wave 2 from the low to the high. So if price does move up, you're just going to extend the fibs. We didn't actually hit the 0.382, as you can see. I pulled these fibs at the moment from this low to this high here. The 382 would be a minimum target for 2, but is less common. 886 is rare, 05 to the 786 is the common target, 41.2K to 39.6K, and then you want to see wave 3, of course, preferably bullish CVD divergences between these 2 lows, high low in price, low low in the CVD, or if a 2 is in, we grind a couple of 1-2s for a bigger 3, and you see proper bullish CVD divergences here. That is what I want to see. If we don't get that, lower probabilities for me that we are in an impulse to the upside. At the moment, of course, too early, we don't yet have that information. Okay, we zoom in. 1 hour time frame. And a bit of drinking. Cool. So on the 1 hour, I also, of course, have two scenarios, a bearish and a bullish scenario, but also here, the movement of price will be similar. So keep in mind, especially if you're newer to Elliott waves, look at the confluences between the scenarios. So on the 4 hour time frame, right? This is the confluence between the scenarios, both in the bullish and in the bearish scenario, right? Yes, you could get one more high and put your wave 5 here instead of here, right? But we do expect a retracement to come. We're going to talk about probabilities, or we already started, that's the question. But it's about the confluence between the scenarios. So it's the same with the scenario I'll show you now and the bullish scenario here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A or 1 finished. We're looking for a B or a 2 to the downside. Also here, the 382, by the way, has not yet been touched on my chart. There's literally a few dollars difference here between the lows and the 382. Common target for your wave B, we're looking for either an ABC down or a 1, 2, 3, right? Common target for B, 382 to the 886. Less common for 2 is the 382. Rare for 2 is the 886. Common target for 2 is the yellow area here, 41.1, 39.6K. B, 41.8, 39.1. Invalidation, this low. Time-wise, this wave B or 2 preferably ends after the 0.382, which we didn't reach yet, right? So this over here, like if we would get a bit of a bounce to the upside, this being the low of a B or 2 is low probabilities for two reasons, right? One, we didn't even hit the 382, and two, we didn't even hit the vertical 382 fib time. The fibs and the fib time, the vertical lines, are taken from the low to this high. The 382 is sitting on the 2nd of February, 2024, 4 a.m. So this means that in this scenario, we need a bigger three-wave structure to finish somewhere here and after the 0.382, which is what I have on my chart here, no? Now let me also put on the horizontal line. Where is it? This one? No, that one. Cool. So what we're then looking for is we need a corrective structure that extends in time, but an extension in time, of course, means more ranging. And here, this is your high, right? From the high, we can count an ABC to the downside. Target area for C is over here between the 1 and the 1.618. Taken from the high of A to the low of A to the high of wave B. And as you can see, we still have room left to the downside. And we have a weekly here, 41.5. Now, this being a wave 4 at the moment is not really something that I like if we are looking inside a wave C. By the way, we of course look for a 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would prefer a wave C ending here if we are looking for an impulse to the upside. But this range now is taking a long time and we're not going anywhere. We're literally still here. And we touch the 886 here as well. But of course, inside the impulse of a wave C, time is important between wave 2 and 4 as well. If this is a wave 4 and price moves down, what is going to be the same degree wave 2? Elliott wave has degrees, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. You know what I mean? So you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inside your wave 3, you have a lower degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which finishes your wave 3, and then you go in a 4. Different Elliott wave degrees. But here, and they should match in time, right? A higher degree Elliott wave count usually has longer ranges. Now this range here is acceptable, right? Acceptable. It's still quite long, but it's acceptable. This one does not really match with any wave 2. The wave 2s are single candles here. Now this can be a 4, could accept it. Also with the volume. Highest volume in this move down, and then you make another low on lower volume. So you have the potential here to finish a 5-wave structure to the downside. Here. But if this is the beginning of an impulse to the upside, and we'll get to that scenario in a second, this is very slow and very rangy. Looks more corrective. 886 touch here as well. And I don't really like this to be a wave 4 of any wave 2 we have here. So if price takes the lows, the probabilities become higher. We're in this scenario, corrective structures. So that's something new compared to the morning video. But that is important. So then what we're looking for is a WXY or an ABC. Now there's a clear difference in the targets for both of these scenarios, right? For an ABC, we are looking for a 3-wave A, a bigger 3-wave B, most commonly a zigzag in a 5-3-5. Common target for B between the 1.236 and the 1.38 taken from the high to the low, 44.3, 44.6K. And then we want to see an impulsive structure to the downside in wave C. But it means that if we here are looking for the low of a C, because this range doesn't work nicely, it's not a nice wave 4 in C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's so long compared to any wave 2. Because it's such a slow start and we hit the 886. Probabilities at the moment are lower for a B. Because B most commonly is a zigzag. But that means 5, 3, 5. Meaning impulsive probabilities. And an impulse preferably starts with a 1, 2, where wave 2 does not touch the 886, which happened over here. 886, rare for 2, common for a B or an X. So that increases probabilities for a WXY in this particular scenario, right? Target area for your X is very, very wide. From the high to the low, 382, 886, 42.6, 43.6K. Above price, we have, I'm going to remove this white box here. We have this blue resistance area, 42.6K, 42.8K. That is also the area where we have the monthly naked point of control of last month. Here, we can remove this one. This is not accurate. This one is. So the monthly naked point of control at 42.7K is inside the box here. Important resistance, no? Above this, there is not too much left. We must have a point of control up here somewhere. So that is this is your final resistance here, pretty much. Which is close to the weekly point of control. But yeah, 43.5, 44.4, this area here around the 786, right? That's your second area of resistance if price can make it through the first blue box. And if you pass through there, you're at the highs, no? Now, important, B here, hit the 886. Any move coming off the 886 to the downside has a higher probability of being a wave C or a wave Y, which increases probabilities that sooner or later you're going to take these highs. Bullish scenario. I agree, John. I agree there. That's exactly what I said as well. It's too shallow and too short for a B or 2 here, but there is the potential you have a finished A, B, C here, and you move up. In the bullish scenario, right? We expect one more high, but it's a wave 5. So you then have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you look for a 5. Common target for 4 here, 0.236, 0.5 taken from the low of 2 to the high of wave 3, 0.618 invalidation, 41.1K. We are, of course, inside this area, as you can clearly see. The thing here is wave 4 now is already longer than wave 2 in time, right? The low here is made after the 1-to-1. And if we are looking for an impulse to the upside in a wave 5, as a wave 5 is an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we want the rules of an impulse respected. So if we go to the 15, I toggle on the 886. This is the low, but we have a higher or a move up retracement that touched the 886. Rare for wave 2, common for B or X. So that decreases the probabilities of this being the start of a wave 5 to the upside. But as I've just mentioned, this range still being part of a wave C to the downside also doesn't have high probabilities because it's so long in time compared to any wave 2 structure here that we have. So that increases probabilities of this scenario at the moment, which translates into probabilities of this scenario, which increases probabilities of an X and a Y, not a B. Interesting, no? Interesting. So, but just to finish this scenario, 5, A or 1, look for a 3-wave down, B or 2, and continuation up in a C or a 3. Invalidation is down here, right? So if we then go to the probabilities, they haven't changed too much, no? I did, of course, give more information. But here, for our chart, we are simply looking for more information because the price action we expect is similar between the scenarios. So in the bearish scenario here, right, we're looking for a zigzag and a move down, 535. In the bullish scenario, we look for the exact same thing, but then it's a 1, 2, 3. So the movement of price is the same. That's the beauty of it. On the micro, which is this portion here, we are looking for a bigger retracement. Bigger retracement means a wave 2 or a wave B, right? Doesn't mean going below 38.5K at the moment. Any retracement coming to the downside here has low probabilities of taking the low. Reason being, a 5-wave move to the upside here, which has a low probability of being a wave C. The only way to go down now is if this is a wave C. But that means it has to be part of a flat in an ABC. But that's low probabilities at the moment, right? So higher probabilities, it's an A or 1, beginning of something, which means we have to end it with another impulse to the upside. On the micro, I say either 5 is in or 1 more high. I guess I can adjust this a little bit to probabilities increasing based on the local range here for A or 1 to be finished and therefore 5 finished. And we're then looking for a WXY currently higher probability compared to an A, B, and then a wave C in a flat structure. We continue to observe, right? Price action is similar, blah, blah, blah. And of course, we expect a retracement, of course, to the downside here. Oh, right. More locally, 1 hour chart, 1 second. I want to explain this carefully. So on the 1 hour chart, as the probabilities are at the moment highest for this to be a 3-wave structure, price, of course, can take the low, that's no problem, but we are expecting a bit of a rally to the upside, a bit of a retracement back towards the upside. Now, below price, we have that weekly level, right, at 41.5K. So if price moves down, going to 41.5K, no problemo, right? But we do want to see support, proof of support, and then we look for price to move to the upside because over here, I said expect a move back up, which either results in a BX or 5, but in this case, highest probability would be an X, and we continue to observe. So even if we move down, bearish a little bit of a bearish CVD here as well. 886 touch, as mentioned, increasing probabilities that any move to the upside here is a wave C or Y, increasing probabilities to later take the low. If we do take the low, no problemo, right? But we do expect a bit of a retracement back to the upside. Losing the weekly wouldn't be too great because below the weekly, there is not too much left. Only this low here and support resistance area, but you will find your way back into the 40K quite quickly, I believe. So probabilities are at the moment highest that we are going to be looking for a bit of a retracement back to the upside. However, local price action looks corrective, rangy, 886 touch, still have some bearish CVD that are not invalidated. So I won't be surprised if we take the low. That's what I said in local here. Possibly one more low over here below 41.9K, 41.8K, before a bit of a retracement back towards the upside. Generally, looking for a move to the upside before then a deeper retracement to the downside. And at the moment, based on local price action, this scenario would have the highest probability, in particular the WXY here. And we continue to observe, no? And Lowry, perfect timing, because we finito. So that's what I wanted to say, everyone. So here's the 886 again. No? From a CVD perspective, do I have it on my chart? February will be fun. Absolutely. Absolutely. But CVD, lower high on price, higher high on blue. Bearish. No bullish on blue. On yellow, we do have bullish, right? Higher low in price, lower low. Also here, this lower low. But so you have both bearish and bullish CVD divergences, which makes it very difficult to use CVD in this range here. It goes both directions. So that is, I just put the target boxes on, keeping an eye on the order block, and keeping an eye on the low and the weekly, right? Area of support, area of resistance, and probabilities have been mentioned with the general probabilities, right? And a move to the upside, potentially one more low. That's it. Yeah. Ta-da! That's right. Holy moly. Now chatting and CVD. When you have something in your mind and you accidentally type it. Now chatting and Q&A. Let me get the chat back. There we go. Cool. Now I will quickly scroll through what has been written above, but I'm probably not able to reply to everything. Quick question, cool when 86 hit, but level not broken, and then a lower 86 hit. You mean the 886 up here and the 886 down here? I guess that's what you mean, right? You have an 886 touch up here and an 886 down here. There's not a rule or something. It's just 886 generally has certain probabilities. And if we are looking for an impulsive structure back towards the highs to take the 886 double top that we have at 43.8K, this of course is not ideal. So theoretically, the probabilities would be higher to first make a low before then taking the high. But that's purely based on 886. I'm going to try again and write what I wrote last time. Hey, Koens. Shit, hey, Liquid Mafia, you're not able to send messages? I'm not sure what kind of words are being banned all the time, but that's this. Hey, Koens should work. Like, holy moly. Where can I find your trading view tool settings? Catchar, go to the in Discord. Go to the YouTube channel. YouTube playlist channel, and then Elliott Wave Theory. And then there's one video where I go through all the templates one by one, and I like everything. So that is where you find all my settings with the fibs. At least all the fibs are there. If you're talking about the background color and stuff, that's of course you can ask me separately, but all the fibs and everything is there. Do the order blocks under the price action matter? Time alone, perfectly good. Like, I love the fact that you want to learn. No? So yeah, that's good. But do order blocks under price action matter? Yes, I suppose. Like, order blocks in general are, of course, interesting and can be used as a confluence. But you do need to develop a little bit of a, I suppose, skill to know which ones are better than others. Usually the order blocks that are created just before a bigger move, those are the ones those are the easiest to spot. So an order block where you have like a range, price moves down, you have like this order block up and then poof, right? And then and then when price comes back up, you have an order block here, which then you expect a reaction or at least price to hold there for a short period of time. So the skill is more about identifying the right order block, and also time frames, of course, are important. 1 minute order blocks are not as strong as the higher time frames. Quickly gonna go through here. What's up, everyone? Where were we? Pole dancing. That's where we were. We were here. Dusty Hunt. John, what's up? Duke, 15. Just for you, what to put. Okay, yeah. Ah, right. That's a very good message. Wait. Can I edit my... Wait. I need to... Can I edit my comment or not? No. Let's remove this. That is a brilliant comment. Okay, there we go. Can I pin this now or not? No. Okay, let's do this. Thanks for doing that. That's very nice. That will help many people. Okay, there we go. Replace pin message. Well, I removed the previous pinned one. There we go. That's really good, Bruno. Thanks. Appreciate your help there. Lock Sky. All these lines and charts. I just want to know if price will go up soon. It's all probabilities. I guess you have some sort of a trading style, which, I mean, you don't have to be technical. Maybe you are fully fundamental, but I suppose if you were fully fundamental, you wouldn't be here. So I guess you must have some lines on your chart as well. And in the end, it's always probabilities, right? So we need to have the lines on the chart and the counts. We go through one bull and bearish scenario per time frame and end with the probabilities based on the rules and based on what we see. And there's no certainties, of course, in trading. I can't tell you if it goes up or down. I can only tell you what the probabilities are from an Elliott Wave point of view, which is the expertise I have on the channel here. And probabilities are never 100% versus 0%, right? But there is higher probabilities and lower probabilities based on price action, which can be 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10. You know, sometimes it's just really obvious. Yeah, if you do I suppose what Mark Dutch said is there are some channels that, of course, would think they know it all, but then you end up at the moon boys, I'm afraid. Do you ever analyze ETH? I do have a count on ETH only on the higher time frames. Like on the lower time frames, I don't trade ETH myself, not yet at least. And therefore I don't have a low time frame count, only high time frame stuff. Like doing Elliott Waves takes a very long time. So on some alts, based on questions and gold live streams, I have some high time frame stuff, but I never do the low time frame. I just look at the chart and I kind of get an idea of where we are. Mr. Giros, Yanis, welcome as well. Mr. Berg. Range info is very interesting and informative. Yeah. Ranges. Trade the range until it breaks. Are we going back below 20K? So I answered this question in the middle, but I guess based on the analysis, it's quite clear we're not yet looking for those type of numbers. It really depends on, like, if you get the three-wave zigzag to the upside, 535, right? The second leg to the upside is important. See where we go, 46K, interesting, 47K. And then it depends on a potential rejection there. Can there be a WXY, which all the waves are zigzags, and X wave passes the origin of W? No. Because this is a sideways double combo, where X takes the high of W, and then wave W and Y can't have the same structure. You can only have a double zigzag or a zigzag in W and in Y if you have a double zigzag pattern, right? But then wave X is not allowed to take the high of W. Good question. Very good question. What's up, John? How are you doing? Was wondering why the chat was dead. Well, we're not dead. Good to have you here, John. Interesting. I see A and W, but no option for the 2B. Yeah, correct. I have the exact same thought. Fully agree. Channel is broken too far to be a 4. Posted a channel in BTCTA. Let me have a quick look here. Oops. Pop. I think a smart person once said, "When you don't know what you're in, it's probably a 4." Yeah. Yeah. It is a long range though, but the price action is similar, right? You could take the low. By the way, this 4 is of course very high now. 1, 2, 3, 4 overlap with 1 there. But yeah, you would have the lows being taken and then a retracement to the upside. Even if it's the end of a wave C, we're going to be looking for a retracement to the upside. Oh, here, right. Oh, I see. 1 hour. 1. But of course you can have this, huh? I'll put it on my chart in a second. But by the way, for everyone, that if you want to know the link that I'm in, this is a free website. You can just go here. It's the first link underneath the education thing in the description. 1, 2, 3 outside the channel, 4, 5. That is of course most common. So then you would 1. Actually, I shouldn't start with 1. It is very deep nonetheless. But then you're going to have something like this, no? As an if you're looking for an impulse. 3 outside the channel, 4 comes back in, and you expect a 5. The channel is getting quite horizontal though. But I know what you mean. Yes. This could, of course, work nicely if your 5 is in here, no? 1 hour chart here. Okay, 0.5. We're now at 1.618. Yeah, I would prefer the other count I think you had earlier. Because your wave C here is so long. A, B, C. C is more than twice the length of A plus B, which lowers the probabilities for this move down to be a C. So if I take a fib time from the start of A to the end of B and I double click, the low is in after the 2, which is of course not ideal. It's not a hard invalidation, but the probabilities, you know, they take a deep dive. This is where we were. We were here. DLE, what's up? How are you doing? How are you? Dow, you got it all freshly squeezed. You got all new freshly squeezed. Wait, did you make all the... You mean this, right, Dawa? Or is there another link? Wait, what just happened? Let me check Discord. Okay, Dawa has been he's been cooking. We'll share that later. We can implement those things. YouTube keep killing all my... I'm not even using financial words. I wonder what kind of words YouTube doesn't allow. Of course, there's a couple of words that I have banned personally because of the scammers. But yeah, not all the usual word, but also words like I think money and stuff like those type of things are banned because of scammers using a lot of those words. I check your background instead. I'm working with this, so you can answer whenever you're ready. Okay, cool. He checked my background. That's good. By the way, I dropped you off over with a little intro. Okay, cool. Thanks, Abuzni Sok. Man, this guy putting in so much work for the shorts. Thanks, Mr. Sok. I'll check out your messages after the stream. We're working on making some good templates for shorts, so that the shorts will have a lot of information. It's like a summary of a video, pretty much. What's up, Bit Phantom? Great song at the beginning. Thanks. Song made by Mr. Friends. He's the author. He deserves all the credit. 2 questions. Watcher, what's up? Is always the first 86 touch from a new low to the first high that gives probability of dropping lower? Can you explain what you mean by 86 or 618? So with the 886, you pull it from the clear high to a clear low, yes. And then if the 886 is touched, let me check the question. So that is how you pull it, or you pull it from the low to the high, or this low to this high, of course, no. But just from a clear low to a clear high, no. That gives probabilities of dropping lower. Yes, the first, and if you hit an 886 for the second time, probabilities increase to take the double low that you have. But if you start ranging on an 886, this is where things become more complex. But once you start ranging on an 886 and start to move away from it, back outside of the 886 area towards 786 golden pocket, after hitting it once, twice, and then you range after the second time and you move away from it, you might actually continue. It doesn't happen often. So probability-wise, once the 886 is hit, then yes, probabilities are higher to take the double bottom. That is most common. Any move up has a higher probability of being a C or Y. Same here. This was an 886 touch. Any move down has a higher probability of being a C or Y to take the double top at a later stage. Can you explain what you mean by the 886 or 618 touching first? The 886, so quite often the 886, this is just something that you'll see. It's just a pattern that eventually you'll notice is price moves up, in this example, moves down and hits the 886. Now, somehow after the 886 is touched, you will see that very often you'll get a retracement to the golden pocket. And then the golden pocket either holds or it doesn't. Sometimes you go to the 05 and still continue, but the golden pocket is most common. Of course, you can continue, but you'll see that relatively often you're going to go to the golden pocket and then continue down, or you flip it and continue up. I don't know. It's very interesting. This is just something that I've seen over and over and over and over again. Same here, 886 touched, moved to the golden pocket, a little bit of support, but eventually it broke. 886 touched, moved back to the golden pocket, broke as well. So yeah, it's just something you see quite often. If I have a, what would you say are the main things I should if you go to Amsterdam? Get a paddle boat and go to the canals. Go to the Rijksmuseum. Walk through the canals. I would, depending on the time, you can do a tour boat. The Dam Square is quite interesting. The red light district can never be forgotten because it's probably the most vibey place. And it's a vibey place. It's, of course, it has a certain name and thing to it, but it's actually a very vibey, cool place at the same time. And yeah, there's many activities in Amsterdam, but I suppose places to go. I think Central Station is quite a nice building, but not too interesting. So. On the other side of the Central Station, you have a very tall building where there is a where you can be on a schommel. What's that? like a swing. Holy moly, I really had to think about this. So there's a swing on top of a building and you can swing off the building. That's quite interesting as well. And it's a beautiful place to eat. It's on the other side of the water, Central Station. So I guess those are some of the things that are interesting in Amsterdam, yeah. You can go to the ice bar. There's an ice bar where you drink some stuff at like -9. What's up, Joel? How you doing? The Walla, yeah. This chat isn't that BTCTA was. Oh, I see. Everyone was here, maybe. Oh. On what time frame price has to close a level to be considered the level lost? Depends a little bit on what the level is. So if your level is a 4-hour order block, you are going to be looking for 1, 2, 4-hour closes. If you have a weekly gap, you're going to be looking for daily closes in the gap. If you have a daily gap, you're going to be looking for 12-hour closes or daily closes in that gap, right? So usually it's one time frame below the level that you have, which makes it relevant or makes it lost or not. But it's good to click through different time frames and see how it's respected. But this is the general tip, I suppose, is if you have a level that is a certain time frame level, then you can go one down, and if one time frame down you close below or above that level, you could argue it's lost. Yeah. I still suggest switching between the time frames though. New link. Kan ik hem openen? I mean, let me know. Yes, okay. Let's have a look then. Douwe, opening in the other. Douwe shared a new link here. So what has Douwe been doing? Cookies. Do we want cookies? No, we don't want cookies. Poof. Jeez, Douwe. Some live pictures here as well. Yeah, Douwe has been putting in some work making all the thumbnails with different backgrounds here. So based on your voting, there were two styles that were most chosen. This style here, small Koen, Bitcoin, Elliott Waves in the corner, and the style down here with Koen. We do want to use Bitcoin still to make sure people know what to expect. But that looks amazing. Oh, I like this background. Look at the colors here as well. Very neat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17. Perfect. Very, very nice. What do you think? Like, you guys are the ones that voted. You voted for the design, and then of course we just use different backgrounds. But the design has been chosen by chat during a live stream recently. So the design is like Bitcoin, Koen's face, logo left top, and then you know, like for example here, Koen's, Elliott Waves, Bitcoin, small Koen, and then a background. And the background, we can change the background, but it was about the design, and you guys voted for the design. So still waiting for the open mouth thumbnail. Maybe one day. Clickbait thumbnails. It's not my style. I'm not in. It also attracts a certain audience, which might not be what we're looking for. The clickbait thumbnails, of course, like a clickbait thumbnail attracts, I guess, a certain viewer, a type of viewer as well. And also, if you look at the Discord group, how well it's managed by the people in Discord, and that, I think we got a very good thing going on. And I'm very proud of everyone in the group as well and how they communicate, how they work together. I never really have to manage. Everyone is so well behaved. I think if you go into the open mouth thumbnails, it's a certain target audience you'll attract. So I don't, and it's not my personality. I'm not that type of guy, you know. I'm here to provide the best content that I can give with Elliott Waves. And yeah, if people like it, they sub, and if not, no problem. But it's not about trying to increase the click rate with those type of pictures, no. But yo, Dawi, thanks for doing this, man. That's really cool. And I still have more pictures, of course, but not clean ones, as in just the background. It's always with my face on the side. But I can find them, and then I can make some more, because of course I just make a new, like, copy, remove background, add new background, and ta-da. So. I wonder, actually, do we want to have separate live stream background or the same design? Or is it better, maybe for the viewers, maybe you have to think, is it better to have a separate background for the live, so you can clearly see this is live, this is not live, right? You can clearly see the designs here are different than the designs here, right? Big Bitcoin. And then here the designs are different with the live and the streaming. Quick check. Go to Newmark, Red Light, Renteband. Yeah, probably that's one of the best things as well, is just rent a bike. Smoke something. Yeah, sounds good. Do you know, we could go, I can make it, apparently I have a lot of time. Yeah, I don't know. Dow is the one that works with the thumbnails. But hey, if you guys want to help each other out and work with vectors, or even improve your own skills in one way or another, then of course you guys are free to test stuff, not only my thumbnails of this channel, but general. If there's multiple editors here, I mean, it's also good for your network, right? It's also like a networking group. If you're an editor, Dow is an editor, Abuzni is an editor, I mean, why not get in touch with one another, as maybe one day you need each other's help, or you can do business together, or, you know, like Dow is an entrepreneur, Abuzni Sok is a starting entrepreneur himself as well. So yeah, it's why not? It's like, in the end, Discord is also one big LinkedIn page, no? It's one big network. Power moves market economic dam. Koen's next video title. Yeah, don't forget that I put like a picture, open mouth, high contrast, and then the video. Hey, John. The video I record is going to be with my mobile phone, with my selfie cam on, and then I'll scroll through my different tabs to go to the webcam, and then I go to the chart. What's wrong with his? Like, I just want to know up or down. What's up, Mark? Mark wants to know up or down. There's no waves. Link or hint is THM. Maybe put fundamentals and toilet paper in the fine print. Wait, there's no waves? What do you mean, John? I can't figure this one out. I'd suggest you make it. Oh wait, Mr. Berg, you mean in the first few seconds there's like a logo thing, that sort of stuff? Because if that is what you mean, oh, I see. Yeah, the reason we didn't choose for candles or waves in the background is because it gets very messy with the colors in the background. But I know what you mean. It doesn't necessarily. So that might be an improvement for like thumbnail session 2.0, where, of course, instead of the backgrounds, you're gonna actually implement candles, but not the ones we had where is it? Not the ones we had here. This is not bright enough. It's probably too much. It probably has to be something more like MCO or something, where you have some bright candles and a bull and bear thingy. Wait, what's this? That would be is I saw your mouse moving. Yeah, there he is. That would be like, yo, John, let me implement the feedback. Here is the TA thumbnail. Yeah, Dow is working on it right now. Oh. Nice. But Mr. Berg, so the reason in my videos I don't have a couple of seconds as an intro with like the logo is because when I am a viewer, I want to get to the core content as quick as possible. I've like the logo and stuff, you first want to deliver and then you could put a logo or so. If there's a channel that starts with those type of introduction, it always annoys me a bit because I don't care. I'm here for the content. And if I always, even if I get a logo, I immediately skip the first 5 to 10 seconds to start with the content. So instead of having a bit of an intro thingy at the beginning with the logo and stuff, I just want to get straight to it, like very direct, bam. You clicked on this video, I'm going to deliver what you're looking for. Hi everyone. Welcome, bloody blah, bullish, bearish, Elliott Wave scenarios. After 4 seconds, we're in, right? So, as I always say in my videos, of course. And that's the style. I just want that if people click on the video, I want to deliver what they're looking for, instead of first having an intro with the logo and stuff. Just immediately cutthroat, bam. You clicked on the video. Here's the promise of the title and the thumbnail. Just get straight through it, yeah. And then in the first 4 seconds, I think that's my standard intro, where I say, "Hi everyone, welcome to another." Hi everyone. What do I always say? Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Let's go over my bullish and bearish Elliott Wave scenarios on Bitcoin, starting with the pum, next, finish. And then we have, I hope this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the most recent educational video I've made about the best trading indicator you can use, which is the CVD, which I agree with, by the way, because it's for me the best indicator you can use by a mile. And then thanks for watching and subscribing, and I hope to see you at the next one. It's very, very to the point because people can see the logo below the video. I care more about trying to deliver the best content, and some of the editing things I'll probably never really do an intro video, I think. Only at the end, if something. But at the end, the end thumbnail thing, which is this one. Let me show you this one here, right? It has my name there as well. I have a keyboard shortcut for it so that when I'm analyzing, I can use my keyboard shortcut and go to the end screen immediately. Not sure if you do this already, but you should also have an announcement. Yes, Liquid Mafia. John has been talking about this. But people can set an alarm, right? So I don't know if people want me to tag at everyone or at traders, which is everyone, when I go live. But you can right mouse click, go to notifications. This is Dutch, but you go to notifications and you go to all the messages. So then every time there's a message in Koen's content, you'll get a notification, at least like a red one, I suppose. I don't know what else to do unless I tag like at traders, right? And then I tag everyone because everyone has the trader thing. So I can click on here, Dow is here, trader. And then of course people will probably get a notification if it's turned on. I guess I don't want to bother people too much by spamming them in Discord, but at the same time, I guess people are in Discord because they do enjoy being in the community and watching the content. So one can only imagine that tagging everyone makes sense because they want to know if something happens. That might be interesting. Use a role that people can opt themselves into. Oh, I have to look how that one works. That's a good option. Yeah, Skywalker, John. Wait 1 second. I go from top to down. Today I've got delayed for the live, said. No problemo, Mateus. You still made it, and we're still here, right? We are still here. Are you better, by the way, Mateus? Or do you still feel sick? Are you doing good? Have an impulse labeled with overlap to really get attention in the background. As long as it looks clean, that's most important. Which is difficult with bigger candles and the busy, especially the colorful backgrounds that catch the eye are difficult to combine with a very nice impulsive structure unless you go into, of course, very, very, very advanced editing where a background is completely custom made, like the whole background, which will take a lot more time. I guess as the channel evolves, I think we will get there, what you say, John, right? Like, I think it's a matter of time, because I do think it's a great idea to show it's more of like a technical channel. The thumbnails I have now is pretty much 1.0. And now we go to 2.0, and this might be a 3.0 type of thumbnail, yeah. Next one will be So the Ways video charts creator, Koense Sage, he's the market shaper. And it will be good as first one, I promise. He's like gonna create a whole playlist. We can have a whole Spotify playlist with your songs. What's up, Bum Bum? Need more likes, how you doing? What's our plan? Sell the boat? Of course, let me show you the probabilities, as they haven't really... I mean, they did change a little bit, so I might actually have to change them slightly. Probabilities would now be higher for... Let me remove this. Yep. Oh, wait. Yes. So this is what we are looking for. Text wrap. There you go. The low time frame is the 4-hour chart. That's from 49k to 39k, right? Micro is this move to the upside and the price action that we have going on here. And local is this little bit. It's like 5 minutes. Got that phrase engraved in my brain. Taking it from the high to the low, or the low to the high. Yeah. I guess like eventually there's going to be certain terminologies that... I once had a question in my DM from a member in Discord that's like, yo, are you gonna like sell merch because you have some quotes, and he wanted to have some of the quotes on a hoodie. I'm not planning anything, by the way, at least not yet. It's like just focused on YouTube, not all the external stuff. But yeah, interesting. Some news content after technical. Oh yeah, but I'm not a new... So my news content pretty much stops here because I'm not a fundamental guy. So this is the news I check. But I'm not really someone that goes into a lot of the news posts, let's say, like get the websites up, like what's that, Cointelegraph and stuff, and then talk about the news, because honestly I don't know anything, but I also don't want to follow the news because I'm purely technical. But I appreciate, Mr. Burke, you thinking with content and with the channel. I really appreciate it, because I do like to brainstorm about ideas. But I'm personally a 100% technical trader. So yeah, I don't even follow any news websites. The only reason I know what's happening news-wise is, first of all, I keep an eye on the calendar here, but usually I don't even know what it means. Just the red flags means volatility, usually. So I keep an eye on the red flags. And I know what's happening in the news world because of Discord. A role. Yeah, so I need to add a role. I need to do that. Because I don't necessarily want to do everyone. Unless everyone opts in for the role, then I can as well use everyone. And give us a few hour notice. Yeah, but usually I don't. So I don't know when I go live. Like I could plan it, but I also like to plan it around a little bit of price action and volatility, because if, for example, I make a video at 1 p.m. and then I go live at 3 p.m., but then nothing happens, while at 5 p.m. the volatility starts, I prefer to go live at 5 p.m. Because then we have some action and it's interesting. So the reason I went live is because we had some interesting price action locally here. Plus, I wanted to go live between 12 and 1, and I was looking for a good moment to go live. So it's difficult to give very early notice, because I tend to plan live streams around the chart, around the volatility, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, I think, John, that's a great idea. Let's chat about this. I don't know how I can make people opt in for a role yet. So that's something I'll have to learn and set in Discord. And then I can write somewhere that people can opt in somehow. Bother me. Yeah, if there's too many tags, it doesn't work anymore, unless people actually want to opt in or out. You can use an budget. You can use a budget, true, I can do that, and I respect the burden. You can use announcements in Discord, like tagging everyone. I think the role is a good idea, and then I just tag the role, and then you get an announcement as well. I think that might be a good one. Why did you choose Elliott Wave above other trading methods? Good question. The reason I like Elliott Waves is because it helps me to read price action. So instead of me looking at a chart and just seeing candles and just lines, right? And I can the moment I look at a chart now, I can read it like it's a book. You know what I mean? My eyes cannot stop counting anymore. And I like to know what direction price likes to go. I like to have that skill where I can have probabilities of up or down from an Elliott Wave point of view based on reading price action. I just like to read the price action. I like to know what's going on, but it's very difficult for me to know what's going on if I don't know Elliott Waves. Of course, you can have a strategy like my main trading strategy does not, like, I don't need to have a full Elliott Wave count on the chart to trade my main strategy. It has Elliott Wave things inside, but I don't need any. I can go to any random chart, any random coin, and I can trade it with my main strat without doing any analysis whatsoever, which is nice. That's also what many diamonds are doing. But if I trade Elliott Waves, right, which I also do at times, usually 1 hour, 4 hour, bit more holding for a few days or longer, depending on price action. Of course, I want to read the market. And Elliott waves is also psychology. So there's a lot of psychology between the waves as people buy and sell. And there's a lot of psychology involved, which I like. With my medical background as well, which included a lot of psychology. So it's just... Yeah. And another thing I like about Elliott waves is the probabilities for future price action based on Elliott waves, which really helps in trading as well. It's one of those strategies where, of course, the market changes, and that's why we update multiple times a day, but it does give you a good idea of what to expect, what's still coming. But the main thing for me as a person is that I'm not in the dark. I can see and read price action instead of I go long and short, but I have no idea, or you know what I mean? I just want to have that control, if you know what I mean. I think Elliott waves comes like closest to a certain feeling of control, even though you don't have any control. But you can see things. I think that's a big reason why. Y'all wild, what's up, maybe a mandate? What's going on with Chainlink? I don't know, to be honest. Really focus on Bitcoin mainly here. We will do a very big altcoin stream again, right? I will announce that up front, by the way, before I leave at the end of the month for my wedding. The economic calendar. I see. I don't know. Does it include more things, John? Count Doku. I really appreciate what you do for us. I live in Croatia. Croatia, man. I was in Šibenik last year in Croatia. I had to give a presentation in Šibenik. We missed out. Iceland Peg. No, maybe you heard of the place. I didn't, to be honest. However, if you like to party, hit this place up and get in touch with me. I'll make sure to show you my appreciation by showing the real VIP clubbing experience. Okay, wait, let me see. Iceland Peg Novalia. Let me have a look here. What are we talking about? Croatia is beautiful. Oh wait, so this is Novalia, and then this is the island, I suppose. Where are we? Okay, split. And then here, this is where you're at. So I was in Šibenik. Let's see how far away this is. Oh, that's quite a... Okay, so there's Novalia left top, and this is Šibenik, so it's quite a distance still. I landed in Split. But yeah, absolutely, man. I do really enjoy Croatia. I thought it was beautiful scenes when we drove next to the coast. So I had a driver picking me up and stuff. Everything was organized, but we drove next to the coastline, and it was amazing. I came back, told my fiance we gotta travel that area of Europe. And also a friend of mine, Tim, always goes to holiday in Croatia. Standard camping. But thanks, Count Doku, I appreciate it. Thanks for your comment. Also, whenever I travel or go to countries, I let people know by making a video like, hey guys, I'm going to this country. So the content plan will be a little bit different. So people know what to expect. But also people that live in the country, we might meet each other when I'm there. Can you make a fundamentals channel? I can mute and delete. Yeah, you can report it. You can report the channel. Scam. Do you only trade Bitcoin? Yes. It's a great crowd, and clickbaits are just to mess up people. Yeah, it's all about the click, and then hopefully the video stays, or the video keeps them on the channel. I guess it's just not really. It's a style. It's a style. But yeah. DM you a link to the roll solution. Okay, cool. I'll make sure to check that one out. Yesterday's PA had over 50 mil new longs on the move to the upside. All of those are underwater, so maybe a long squeeze is more probable. Yeah, I mean, the 886 locally has been touched. We got bearish CVD still active. Also bullish, but also bearish. So it's a mix here regarding CVD, but we did hit the 886 here. We have resistance above. So this move up is bigger than the 1-to-1. Just checking a diagonal potentially, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then your wave 3 is longer than your wave 1, which is possible. It remains less common, but it is possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, somewhere in here. 5, ABC. 1, 2, maybe another 1, 2, 3. That would be the bullish scenario, of course. In the bearish scenario, you take the lows. But it doesn't change the probabilities that we had. Because in the probabilities, we are looking... Oops. So micro again, that's like the 1 hour, that's here. Micro is this whole move. Local is this little bit. And low time frame is the 4 hour. But yeah, Paul, it could definitely be interesting. Those are now underwater. I'm not sure how far their liquidations are as well, because they're underwater, of course, for quite a bit now as well. So a little bit of a squeeze or potentially taking liquidity. Of course, you prefer not to have them get out at break even. So either liquidate them. Depends on the size of the positions, but 50 mil it's a nice one. So maybe a bit of a long squeeze. You could grab the liquidity, hit the weekly, and then move up. It could definitely be interesting. Have you heard of Kramer Wave? Jim Cramer. That would be a new one. I haven't actually, Mr. Berg. Is that an analysis method, like a form of TA, or is it probably developed by Jim Cramer? I can imagine. Learn to ride the wave. Elliott Waves is good because it gives some rigid rules to base your analysis on. Allows you to make consistent, unemotional decisions if done properly. Yes. Elliott Waves just also generally helps a lot with trading in the right direction. Instead of having no idea about up or down or where you are on the chart, you get a better idea of what the highest probability direction is. So one can try to look for setups in that direction, which could increase the win rate, of course. But I just really like the fact that with Elliott Waves I can read price, which is something I really like. I like the psychology behind it. I like the puzzle. It's always like playing a game, and I love puzzling as well. At least with the chart. So 03 Beach. I know you were in Croatia. I ended your Discord and spammer tried to get me. Oh yeah, was new to go. I know understood why spammer of asking him about the trip. Yeah, smart. Good job. Yeah, it's crypto. I actually spoke to Mark about it. So I wrote Mark. He's often here in the live streams. I wrote Mark a message. So actually here conversation I had with Mark about the scammers. I was like, hey, you know, you're very well known as a moderator in many bigger channels, much bigger than my channel. I'm like, do you have any idea how to avoid scammers writing to people, even though I already banned them from the group? There's no Koens trading scammer guy unless one joined during the live stream, but no, there's no other Koens trading guy there. So I wrote to Mark, and I know this is Dutch, so many people can't read this, but what he said was also what I thought is the problem, is that people join the Discord group with another name, like another account name. Then they collect all of the data, all of the other names in the group, right? And then they approach all the other people in the group with a separate account that is called Koens Trading. So yeah, or the account that enters with a certain name changes in Koens Trading, but I can see that. So because I check daily on scammers, yes or no, and then I see it and I immediately ban them. But also with Alex has a channel of 800 subs now or something. Cool guy, by the way. And this is a scammer. Even in his Discord as well, right? Like a scammer writing to Mark, and he's like, you can't battle this. It's very much up to the people themselves. It's their responsibility to understand the industry and understand the rules as well. And that is also why in my Discord group I have the legal disclaimer where I clearly highlight points 6 and 7. Most important points of the whole group are these two. For the protection of people in the group, I never add anyone as a friend, and I never write anyone without at least sending a notification up front. Can you take a look at not at the moment. Not at the moment. It's focus on Bitcoin, but also soon time to do some other stuff again. We've been online for what, almost 2 hours now? 1 hour 40 minutes. We're getting there. Elliott Wave plus Fibs, best combo for me, yeah. Elliott Waves and Fibonacci is, but Elliott Waves is also Fibonacci. It's the combination. So with Elliott Waves, you use Fibonacci because it's related. It works together. You can't really use the one without the other if you are an Elliott Wave analyst. You're always going to use Fibonacci. Now, I can trade Elliott Waves, yes. But I also, on top of that, have a whole separate strategy. Personally developed over the past years with lots of data, which is my main strategy. And then you have Elliott Waves, yeah. So almost finished, right? Yeah. Nice. Man, I love that. Noah, welcome. We will do a big altcoin stream coming up soon, but it's very much a Bitcoin channel, and we will do a big altcoin stream as mentioned, 5 to 6 hours of or altcoins only, and we just go bum through the different charts. But it will be condensed. Sometimes in live streams we cover, but usually we like the alts are it's going to be like an altcoin stream where I usually cover altcoins. What's up, Eric Dorion Laflamme, by the way? I don't know, message retracted. Skywalker, best place to learn Elliott Wave, not to fill in the right place at the right time. Thanks, Skywalker. Isn't that what we're all looking for? Right place, right time on the charts, right? Have the right entry, the right long and the right short. Good morning, Skywalker. Or you were saying that to Eric. Good morning, Eric Dorion Laflamme from Quebec. Good to have you here. Carl Jr. lives there as well, world champion Trackmania. You can use limit bots, not create scammers using real account. Yeah, but I already have this. I already have a bot in my channel which avoids scammers with the same names and stuff. The problem is that when they enter the group, not having the same name, and then they switch, the bot doesn't detect it, I think. So, yeah. Liquid Mafia, can you send your message to me on Discord? Because I'm actually really curious what kind of words are in your message and what and then I can compare it with the list of banned words. Discord general. The word signals. That's the problem. You use the word signals. So that's the word. You gotta think like, hey, if there's a scammer commenting below Koens' video, what kind of words do they use? And they use a lot of signals all the time. Hey, if you want signals, and they write there like a random telephone number, or go here for signals. So one of the banned words of my channel is signals. This is the problem here. But I want to thank you because you inspired me to create a CVD indicator in TradingView with divergences. So just divergences would be it. And now I use it. Works well. By all means, I love to hear it. So that's really good, Liquid Mafia. And also, you made your own CVD indicator in TradingView. That's very impressive. You've coded it yourself. So I'm curious. You made a CVD indicator in TradingView. I'm actually curious how it compares to AGGR. What's the... what I would be interested to see is what kind of divergences does the TV indicator show versus AGGR, and which one has a higher probability of a win rate, let's say. Interesting. But it's good to know that it works very well. So yeah, it's the word signals that's the problem. Flight vision, sorry. Your plan for the future... I mean, yeah, I don't really have a plan per se. I made a little bit of a plan when I started, and yeah, the rest is history. It went quick, no? You've got over 2K subscribers since I joined just a few months ago. Yeah, we flipped the year with 5.8K subs, and now we're at, I don't know, 7.3. What the fuck? No? Just creating a role in Discord that people can opt into about your live stream is a good idea. I agree. So yes, I should do that. But and John wrote me about it already, so I'll have to chat to John there. What's up, Jack Sparrow? How you doing? I love your movies. Wish I could stay longer to say hi. I have to go rip my brakes off my car and replace. You've been racing with your car, or is it the APK-keuring, as we say in the Netherlands, like a yearly check? Good luck, Flight Vision. Yeah, that one comes in. What's up, Rodney Cowden? Welcome. Good to have you here. Good education. Thanks. Happy to help, or at least to educate, I suppose. Also, it's also a goal of the channel, telling people, pull the fib from there to there, and the target is there, and it's not just an update, but with a bit of additional info. Can you take me for trade? Oh, can you give me 30 USDT for trading? No. Unfortunately, I cannot, my friend. You either have to work harder, or sell something, or get a job, or something else. But I will never just randomly, I also work and trade, of course, for my income with all the different, businesses and stuff that I do. It's not a charity stream, unfortunately. Not yet. It would be fun to actually do a charity stream, like a long charity stream, and raise money for some charity, but I am not the charity giving at the moment, just like tada, like in this case here. Is there a specific session you prefer to trade? Well, just my waking session. The moment I wake up, pretty much. So the whole day. I don't have a session per se, as in London, New York, Asia session. It's more just if I am awake and a setup forms, then a setup is traded. And I wake up usually at 6, and then tada, analysis, video, then upload a setups update video for Diamond in the morning, and then after that, that's when I also focus on trading. The moment I wake up, I keep an eye on the chart. But usually I only start trading after the morning video is online, and then I because the setups update I do for Diamond is also the preparation for myself. So, and I do that one after the YouTube video in the morning. I make the setups update for Diamond, so it's also my own preparation, and I set the alarms and stuff. And then and then whatever happens, yeah. Shout out to the Moon Boys here. Hell yeah. Can you ban interest rate, Powell, and why? Let's ban Powell from the channel. There never is a why price moved. I'll screenshot it. Do you still have those legendary white sunglasses? Do I have white ones, or are you asking someone else? I don't have white sunglasses. Oh, you mean the Plunga? No, I don't, because the Plunga sunglasses was from someone at the show. Many people won't know what you're talking about, but no, I don't have those. No, I don't have them. What's your price prediction for the year 2024, 2025? 2024, mainly a big range between 50K and 30K without a breakout above all-time high. Can't yet guarantee not a breakout below 20K, but probably a big range between 50 and 30 throughout the year. And 2025, it depends. Second half of 2024 depends on the macro scenario on the daily time frame. If you get more confirmation of bullish or bearish scenarios, we're not yet in that position, because 2025 really depends on: are you at 15K by the end of the year? You know, are you basically in the macro bearish scenario, or are you in the bullish scenario? Of course, 2025, if you're in the macro bullish scenario, you're going to go up. But in the macro bearish scenario, then you might, still be on your way down to 15 and then or up from 10K and stuff. So we can't talk too far in the future, but for the upcoming months, 30 to 50K is definitely the place to be. Yeah. Golden question, pump or dump? Matthias, are you still sick or are you better, by the way? Not sure if you... I asked it earlier, but maybe I missed your message. I'm not sure. The best way to fight scammers is having a couple of grams of brains. Yeah. Apparently, yeah, I mean, yes, if someone writes you that you realize, hey, like, I just entered the group, like, how much time do people think I have? I see people join the group, immediately write a whole story and a whole message and be like, like, holy moly, I got better stuff to do than writing 1,600 people in Discord about this new great 100+ gain random link thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But how many people are in Discord? We have 1,683 people. So holy moly. Holy shit. And I never forget, by the way, I will never forget the first 100 people that joined on Discord. Because I gave them a special role. And I got a Word document. And the Word document has all the names written down from the person that joined first to the person that joined last in that top 100. So the 100 people are, and they have a separate channel as well. Yeah, I can show you. 1 second. I opened it recently, so it must be somewhere close. 1 second. Checking. Where are you? Oh, here. Found it. These people are the first 100 members in Discord. The first one that ever joined was New Naples. And then Pi. The third was Red Bull Mel. Gara, Crypto Beginner. The Bacon Guy, which is Daniel. He changed his name in Discord. I like lists. M1304 is in there as well. Maybe you can find yourself. But and the number 100, these two joined pretty much at the same time. So I didn't know which one was quicker. Bogdan, also in here. Diamond Guy. So these are the first 100 Discord members we got when Discord opened. So yeah. JB, also still around. Most of these, by the way, pretty much everyone is still in the group. And they all have the red, like a red name. So also John in Discord has a red name, no? So and if a Discord user has a red name, it means they are part of D100. So they are part of the, like, just an exclusive group of people in the group. There's currently, let's see, there's 8 members online from the 100 at the moment. Because I wanna, you know, I wanna remember the story of the channel. So I think it's important to know who were there, you know. UK session is best lifestyle. You work UK session, get home, can trade US session. Asia and Australia is the worst. We sleep through all the action. Yeah, John, go and come to Europe. Come move to Europe. There's also sun here. Go to the southern countries. Join Kenny in Portugal or Spain or south of France or Italy or something. What's up, Cheese? How you doing, eh? Welcome. Good to have you here. Thanks for all your comments as well. Akram, thank you for the good treatment. I understand your situation. You are great, man. My pleasure, sir. My pleasure. I know. Tarun, show the GIF. Okay. Where was it posted? Was it in... oh, here we go. Do I need... So the background story is I was a host on television for 4 years on ESPN for an esports show. And... and there was a hype in the Netherlands with those sunglasses, which is called a planga. So many players arrived that were playing that day with the planga glasses. And I was like, give me one of those. And I'm going to use it in the show. And then what happened is the matches were being played. And then we came back from the match to the desk, which is where I'm seated because I'm the host. And I had this mega cringy quote, which matched the planga and the matches. So I wrote myself down a quote. I looked in the camera. I said the quote. And then I didn't know what to do. And then I did this. And then a viewer watching television cut this and turned it into a GIF. And then next I know, it's on the internet. It's on Twitter. It's on WhatsApp. It's on fucking everywhere. Because the planga was a hype. So my face went around. Yeah. So, yeah, interesting. Hey, could you show us how to pull up with the correct form? I can. Well, first of all, theory, right? You grab the bar. Probably you know, because I guess I can imagine you're a fitness guy as well. But of course, first you want to tense your upper back, right? Pull it together, not weak, like tense the muscles, pull up, right? Chest towards the bar. And then move yourself to the upside, no? I remember the channel before the Discord existed. Yes, you were here very early. He said something like, what people thought was a COVID. Oh, yeah. John, yeah. The first few things John mentioned as well is he's very anti-news and very technical. And I already had the news website, this one as well, where I often said, like, I have no idea what it means, but it's red, so it increases volatility. And and he had a giggle. He was like, yep. That's what I'm here for. Skywalker. Mr. Coutinho. Yeah, the soccer player is in our Discord. Not as far as I know. What's up, Mark? See you later. Hey, thanks for hopping in. Young PC. I'm a guy that's been lurking, taking all the info from you while very grateful for helping me learn a quick question. First of all, Young PC, thanks for being here. Lurking is no problem. No one has to write something. I'm happy if you're lurking as well. So just general, thanks for watching the content and your support. No, if you don't mind, why would you study this deep into Elliott Waves and use it as a second strategy? Good question. That is because Elliott waves at the same time can have very big target areas, right? So very, very wide potential stop loss, lower risk reward ratio. And it's not necessarily a very clear entry strategy. That's why I also have support resistance boxes, right? Now, I like Elliott wave pivot points at target boxes. So I want a box to be hit, then I observe, and I might get interested in an Elliott wave trade. But and this is not regarding the main strat, because I don't also need target boxes for this. But wait, where's the question? So trading Elliott waves by itself, even though it has a lot of theory, is also very subjective at times. Now, the higher your knowledge level, right, the less subjective it becomes. But there's always new information and changes. And what I as a person need, and this is very personal, what I prefer is having very, very strict entry requirements, very strict rules, and things that are never subjective. So I want to see box 1, box 2, box 3, and I want to see them. I want to be able to confirm it 100%. And then I am interested, and I have 7 entry requirements. While with Elliott waves, there's still that subjectivity of the scenario and the target area that, of course, can change in time, but it doesn't have very strict entry requirements. So I want a strat that gives me very strict rules, which makes it very easy to enter, because I'm not thinking anymore. I'm not using my brain. I'm using data and entry requirements. The entry requirements, of course, are based on data, because the whole strategy is made based on data. And then I just check the boxes, tuck, 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 and then I enter, and I don't have to think. And with Elliott waves, also with managing the position and stuff, it's a bit more managing, a bit more subjective at times. And my personal style is that I'm very rule-based. And also as a person, I'm very structured, and I need the rules. I need the strict lines. Trading psychology was my biggest problem in the beginning. And the rules, the very strict plan that I have avoids trading psychology problems for me. And with Elliott waves, I still trade Elliott waves, but a little bit like if there's a good setup on the 15 minute, I'll trade it on the 15 minute. Usually it's a little bit higher because we are looking for a potential reversal here, and then I wait for target boxes to be hit, observe the reaction. I still want to observe the reaction. It's not like, oh, this is the target area. So I think a great example would be this. Where is it? Like, look how big this target area is, right? Now, from an Elliott wave point of view, you're looking for a B or a 2. You can be like, well, I'm going to enter my position here and put the stop loss here, massive stop loss, and then I go all the way to... But first of all, right, you might spend a lot of time here. Risk, like stop loss is massive. You might not even get a good risk reward ratio. It's now at 50K, but if you're going to reach like 46, it's like pretty much a 1 to 1.5. That's not what I'm aiming for here. So what I like to do also with Elliott waves is be more specific. And that is where target boxes come in as well. And then I still observe the reaction. I never just enter with Elliott waves like, oh, we have a target box, let me just click the button, right? I still want a bit of proof because I need it. I need the bit of confirmation instead of just Elliott waves, which is very subjective in a way where, yes, we are looking for a reversal back to the upside. If you don't have the target boxes, right, then, yeah, okay, we are looking for a move towards the upside based on the volume, based on the structure. But I want to be more precise. Like, yeah, it's just my style. That's the reason why over the years, I tracked a lot of data and I developed a personal trading strategy, which is the main. And the reason it's the main is because it's incredibly rule-based and it completely avoids trading psychology shit. It's not subjective anymore. It's just ticking the boxes. Tuck, 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 boom, enter. Stop loss, clear. Target, always 1 to 3. You know, entry, stop loss, break even rule. I got everything. Everything is set. And that is what I need. Count to 1 min in that range. I'm not even gonna bother. Oh boy, that's your cup of tea. He keeps the receipts. He does. He absolutely does. I want to be in that list. Turn back time. Maybe there's going to be a first 100 of something else. What do you think, Skywalker? What would be the next, like, the first 100 TikTok followers? Make a list as well. I don't know who the first 100 YouTube followers are, like subscribers. I don't know. I would love to edit USA for 10. I left Canada to Europe, best decision of my life. I did USA for 10 years, living in Australia so much. The only thing is the trading times. Yeah, can imagine it's a pain in the ass. It's difficult if you feel really home in the country. It's difficult to adjust, of course, somewhere else. Gadev, welcome. Good to have you here. Greetings from the Netherlands, and it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, man. Green candle, muscle up breakout. There we go. Each green candle is 1 muscle up. There's going to be a lot during a day. Actually, in this range, that would have resulted in quite a couple of muscle ups, no? 111. That's a very lucky number. Yeah, we'll never get to 111. Yep, the first 100. It feels like when I look at the group and there's 1,600 people in the group, it feels like a long time ago. But the Discord channel is, when did we start it? 2 months after the channel or something? When we were at like 1,000 subscribers, which was 2 months after launching. So that was April-ish. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yes, there was. But wasn't it Coutinho? Italy? No? Italian player? Elliott Waves, same as chin-ups. Take it from the low to the high, back to the low. Exactly. I'm just copying the waves on the chart. I do it a little bit quicker than the 50-minute time frame, though. It will be a big struggle to go very slow up and very slow down. But it is good practice. The slower you go, the more strain, of course, on the muscle. Because I just don't care because you can't trade it. Exactly, yeah. Maybe some people can, but we don't fall in that category. For some reason, at least a little bit of a move up here. Yeah, for some reason, when trading volume increases on the charts, my laptop fans starts to spin faster. Is that a sign? Is that a sign? First 100 diamond members. That's an interesting one. The first 100 diamond members. We're far, far, far away from reaching that. But I don't know. I think the thing is with Discord, it was a great moment to track the list. And members come and go, but usually people that actually, that's not really true because pretty much everyone that joined Diamond is still here. Also because of the Diamond Legend program that we got going on. So if they're here for 3 months, then they can go down to gold or silver subscription, but still remain in Diamond. And pretty much everyone is still there, but I don't know, it doesn't give me the same feeling as the first 100 Discord members, right? Like early days. It's very nostalgic, actually. 10K subs. Going to do something special? Probably happen by April. Well, of course, I'll be gone in March, but I will upload content, just not as much. I'll do more live streams probably compared to videos because of being in South Africa. I have my wedding on the 9th of March. I have a friend's wedding a week after, another wedding on the 31st, activities with friends and family that are there. So I will upload content, but it will be adjusted. So I'm not sure what the subs will do in that month, but probably will be quite stable. And then in April, we, of course, when I'm home on the 2nd of April, we just go again. So I don't know, 10K. I think 10K may. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really look at the numbers too much, but I guess May, like mid year. I guess something. Yeah. But is anything planned for 10K? Not at the moment. So that would be something I need to think of. I'll probably brainstorm with my fiance. Maybe she has some good ideas. Posted CVD screenshot in Discord. I think I'm number 14. Where did you post it? I see. The 3-hour chart. Do you also use it on lower time frames or only the higher ones? Liquid Mafia, CVD, Liquid Mafia. So here we have higher low, lower low. So I'm quickly gonna double check. So I'll go to the 1 hour here. Let's see, that is from this low. So that is correct. So it tracks the blue line. So is it it's an aggregated CVD then, no? And then here, this one is wrong, but that's okay because you got to pull it from the high. The red dot here is this blue candle, but the red one after is higher. So the CVD divergence should actually be with this pivot. Small improvement. This is your CVD divergence here, which is correct. Here, lower high, higher high on yellow. So it's not aggregated, or is it? No, it's not the blue line. You really coded it yourself. It's a unique little recipe in here. What's this? Okay, yeah. We are at resistance now as well. Oh shit. I clicked ATAS, so you might see an ATAS window pop up now. Let me quickly wait. Let me check where ATAS is actually popping up because I don't know. I accidentally clicked on ATAS. It's always annoying when that happens. Wow, we're already past 2 hours and 10 minutes. Holy moly. Maybe I am not opening ATAS. Interesting. Number 14. Yeah, you were very, very early as well. Did you try to observe the greed and fear index and also the liquidity volume in the chart? I rarely ever actually check the fear and greed index because I can't really use it. But I do like to think about fear and greed when doing Elliott waves. Especially with the psychology scenarios where, you know, we're moving up and up and up, we get towards 50K and then you have the ETF news, of course, great timing. You just know there's going to be a push and a sell-off. I guess you can use the greed and fear index, but I would like to see even more greed. So in that case, I would like to see price move up above 50, go towards, you know, have people talk about all-time high, 500K, and then get the big sell-off to the lower 30s. You know, that would be great. But at least make people more bullish, more liquidity, more buying, and then go down, wreck everyone. Liquidity volume in the chart. Well, there is people that use liquidity and heat maps and stuff. I don't myself, but I do know how to use it. But it's not part of what I like to use. In like the strategy. It would be more like curiosity to check it out at times. But the liquidity, so that you mean heat maps, by the way, Mr. Bird? I have found that DCA, which I found through trial and error, eliminated most of my problems you had. Do you think building a strategy mainly around isn't a good choice? Because I love Elliott waves. Depends on your way of trading. So Elliott waves, of course, can be a great strategy. Oftentimes it is used with other tools. But if you're successful, like you use DCA now, right? So you can DCA into an Elliott Wave reversal area that you identify, as long as you have a plan like, hey, this is my stop loss, I'm invalidated here, have good risk management, right? Then there's no problem. You can just trade Elliott Waves. But if you want lower time frame entries, or yes, like, or you want a better risk to reward ratio at times, you would probably need to develop something more than just Elliott Waves. Are you nervous getting married, moving in Netherlands, or staying where you are? Not nervous, and at the moment living in the Netherlands, but we are still discussing about south of Europe. Not really discussing, I would say, but south of France is definitely on the cards, to at least try and see what it's like. Sometimes I run a schedule where I wake up 1 to 3 a.m. to catch the second half US. Holy moly, it's like a night shift. Must be very quiet in the house. You can use multi-charts, have 2 charts up with the indicator, index ticker and Bybit ticker. I got a better gauge on fear and greed by social interaction with crypto people. Yeah, you can often see it in the groups, other groups. The reason why the high pivot doesn't have a red dot is because I'm tracking several bars and it confirms highest out of the range. Yeah, I thought so. You can see it, the highest of, well, it's the highest green candle of the range, but the highest candle is the red one in the range. But if you know, because I think it's still lower than the blue pivot. It's quite a high time frame though, 3 hours for a CVD. Usually it's like 15 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 5 minutes. But if it works on a 3 hour, it's nice for swing trading, which is your style. If you don't mind me asking, what's the risk reward of your main strategy? 1 to 3. According to my strat using Elliott Waves, I can get around 3 plus. My main strategy is a fixed 1 to 3. Fixed, always fixed. I never divert from this. So because based on statistics, a 1 to 3 is the best, most profitable risk to reward ratio of the strategy. So that's why it's a 1 to 3. It's just data. It's just statistics, really. Oh, I missed a call. I see. It is even though price is moving a little, it is time to slowly wrap things up, though. Do you always resort to 3, even though you will? Well, that's the thing. You never know it will go higher. But I know. So I know that based on statistics, the strategy can result in a 1 to 10 trade, or 1 to 7, 1 to 6, but also 1 to 1, 1 to 2. Yo, Liquid Mafia, ciao. Have a good night. But I know that based on statistics, the most profitable risk to reward ratio, if closed at that risk to reward ratio every time, is a 1 to 3. And the moment you are at a 1 to 3 and you think price will go higher because you never know, that is where subjectivity comes in and trading psychology, because now you're going to trade your bias, your feeling, your emotion. It might still be probabilities. I think it goes higher, but I know based on data, not emotion, that a 1 to 3 is the best. The moment I change it and I'm like, I'm not going to exit at 1 to 3, that is when the data goes out the window, and that is when emotion and feeling and thinking and subjectivity takes over. And I don't like that part of trading. I don't want that area. So therefore, a 1 to 3 based on data is the best. So I want to keep it simple for my head, because I know trading psychology from my experience in the past when I started as well, that's my weakest point. That's why I worked so much on it in the past as well. And that's why I've developed a strategy where trading psychology goes out the window, because I have data. So I want to trade on data. And the data helps to not have emotions and problems there. Is your strategy program? We actually spoke to Leviathan, but unfortunately, I think 2 rules are not. They can't. It's very difficult to put it into a bot. Maybe one day we'll figure out how to do it, but at the moment it's incredibly difficult to program it in a bot. So it's all still manual. Would be nice if eventually there's a bot. Yeah, makes life even easier. No involvement at all. Just press the button. Nice. Volume is not yet amazing. We do have increasing volume. We are at resistance, the order block here. We of course have the resistance above, so yeah. A diagonal here doesn't look great because 3 is longer than 1. It's possible, a little less common. But it's something we have to consider depending on the move up, as written in the probabilities, right? So expecting a retracement back up, and then eventually we expect more downside, even if you take the highs. So and it depends on the move that you get to the upside, what happens next now. What's up, the Fox? How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Hopefully you are. Hopefully you are. I hope you collab with Andy and livestream. I'd love to see you both idea and trading while reading the chat. Yeah, there's I gotta get into that like collaborations. I'm not yet sure how that works yet. Like how do you collab? Like you can both be in a live stream at the same time and share ideas, and I think that would be great. We'll be figuring out how do you get your webcam in. Anyway, there will be eventually some stuff happening. Yeah. It's still I'm of course still a small channel. If you compare Andy 72K and some others 100K, 500K, 200K, like look at me, I'm still a baby. So, but I really respect Andy that he supports the channel. He talks about it sometimes. He sometimes jumps in as well. He's amazing. Like we sometimes chat on Telegram, or at least I send him a message. Yeah, it's really cool. Yo, see ya, Skywalker, man. See you in the group. I also pretty much have to go, actually. And Andy Bitcoin Census, John. 72K subs on YouTube. Yeah, thanks so much. I understand what you mean, but let me rephrase. Fibs are a main part of my strategy. If you got to trade more than 3 RR according to Fibs, do you think it's better to get out at 3? No. It's not better or worse to get out at 3. It depends on your strategy. So if based on data, your entry, your strategy is most profitable at a 1 to 5, you should trade a 1 to 5 every setup. And if it turns around at a 1 to 4 and hits stop loss break even, it's the way it is. But you know that based on data, probabilities are best for 1 to 5. Now, every strategy will have a different best risk-reward ratio, but this is where data comes in. So the moment you have a very strict strategy with very strict entry requirements, what you want to do is track all the trades and check the maximum risk reward ratio that it would have had until it turns around and that sort of stuff. And then you just check the statistics, like did it turn around at a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-3 or a 1-to-10 or 1-to-5, and you just check all the data of your maybe previous trades or future trades, right? Back testing, forward testing. And you get yourself an overview of like, hey, when trading my strategy, right? I can actually show this. Wait, let me show you an example here, because I have this. I have this myself. It's easier to explain when I just show you my stuff. This one. Yes. Now this is a sheet with, I don't know, like, what's this? 129 trades, right? So risk reward ratio with the trend and against the trend. I have multiple sheets. So if you think, oh, that's not much data, I know, but I have multiple sheets. This is just every time you tweak your strategy, you need to start with a clean data sheet, right? So what you want to do is something like this. Just make your table and see how far does trades go against the trend and with the trend. And I also have a table that combines these two into one. And then I know, okay, based on my strategy, my personal developed trading strategy, the most common, or no, the best risk reward ratio is, in my case, a 1-to-3, but that might be different for anyone, right? I'm zooming in here. So based on my statistics with my strategy and my entry rules and my tools and everything, based on at least this sheet, right? Based on the statistics, the most profitable risk reward ratio is 1-to-3. So I trade the data, but that means that the moment I tweak the strategy, the moment you use a different tool, the moment you whatever, you have a completely different risk reward ratio pattern, because your strategy is completely different. So your best strategy might be a 1-to-5, 1-to-10, maybe 1-to-1, 1-to-2. Yeah, that's something one has to figure out. Are you short or long on Bitcoin now? I am. Never telling if I'm in a long, short, or nothing, because it doesn't matter for how you should trade yourself. So I would recommend, Salim Jim, to always have your own strategy, because it doesn't help or teach anyone if I say I'm in a long, short, or a neutral. I understand people like to know, but it creates, it leads to people trying to quickly copy what someone does, and it doesn't help anyone to learn something. So generally, I never say in what position I am or what I'm doing with the trades. Mateus Kunz, I was thinking about creating a Discord bot in the future that would be useful for trading on Discord server. What do you think would be the go futures for a bot like this? Oof, I'm very unfamiliar with those type of bots. The main feature, the only reason I would use a bot is against scammers. It's very difficult for me to think about a bot in Discord. I think maybe I once had a conversation where I wouldn't like I don't know about will alerts. You also need separate channels for all of these. So I could make a separate channel for will alerts. I could make a channel for, I don't know, some other stuff people look at. But that's the problem. I don't really know what other groups use, or what many people would like to have. That would be something I need to ask the community. And then based on so what you could do, Mateus, as well, is in Discord, in general chat, just ask like, hey guys, if I'm making a bot, what do you think does it need, and see what people say. Your 10-hour trades, do you add it as a win for all the different? No, only the 10. So the moment, and also it doesn't mean I traded the 1 to 10, but based on statistics, it went to a 1 to 10. So what you need to do is you need to trade the theory. Not just, oh, I entered here, I left at a 1 to 3, and that's my check. No, even if you went out at a 1 to 3, if it went to a 1 to 10, 1 to 10, you try to check what's the best risk reward ratio. If I enter based on my strategy, where does it go to? Sometimes it goes to a 1 to 3 and that's it. And sometimes a 1 to 1, and sometimes you lose, and sometimes a 1 to 10. But you want to see theoretically what's your best risk reward ratio. And if I write down in my sheet 1 to 10, it means that the entry I had based on the strategy could have been held, sometimes maybe I did, sometimes not, to a 1 to 10. And then it's only a win for the 1 to 10 and not the others. So all the others is just that risk to reward ratio. A 1 to 3 does not include a win for a 1 to 2. Chat sometimes not work. Oh, hopefully it works again. Matthias, I'll ask here. I like the idea of scammer alert. I think that I can do something like that. Yeah, usually I track the scammers very quickly in the group, so it's easy for me to keep an eye on what happens. Is based on actual trades or backtesting? This data is on actual trades, so that is just actual data. I have other sheets with backtesting, but this is actual. Could you talk a little about ETH? Need to learn way more for this. ETH is at important resistance. I don't really want to go into this in detail. It's not part of the channel. So, we're moving down. We knew resistance was at 2600. You have a very big point of control here. So it was very obvious price was going to reject at this area, to be honest. Where's my ETH? So, and that's all I have to say. I don't do any analysis on ETH in like low time frame stuff. So here's the point of control. Tested the point of control, moves to the downside. Counting this and stuff takes time, and I'm not trading ETH myself. So I would only do that during separate altcoin live streams, which this one of course is not. So yeah, it looks 3 wavy, and that's as far as I go with ETH. So the point of control is the big resistance. If you take this high, you're going to enter the white box. 3200 is interesting. 3600 is interesting. Locally on the lower time frames, I think the start looked very 3 wavy or something. Was it? Oh wait, this was an 886 touch, so probabilities were higher to take the low. Well, we haven't been looking at ETH for a while. Well, we clearly took the low, so that's nice. And yeah, by looking at it, it looks more corrective than it looks impulsive. Also with the very long range we have here now. 1, 2, 1, 2. We never got another 4, 5. So it looks more 3 wavy to me. But then again, here at the low, you once more hit the 886, increasing probabilities. You're not yet done with moves towards the downside. It's just probabilities, but yeah, there you go, 886 touch. So any move to the upside has a higher probability of being corrective compared to impulsive. So yeah, that's basically that's it, pretty much on ETH, because I don't really focus on. I don't have any analysis on the lower time frames. So I just look at the chart and count it in my head, but I don't do all the pulls and stuff. So yeah, it looks more like corrective price action to the downside than impulsive price action. Looks more 3 wavy. Not an alert, but a way people for submit history of scammers. Yeah, I do have the scammer channel here. Actually, we have a scammer alert, but probably it's the same old. Yeah, I keep saying, but people, also everyone here, you gotta tag them. So also Christian, you can't tag this guy. He's not in the group. I can't work with pictures. People need to tag a Koens. And the only Koens they'll find at the moment is me. So, and there's no Kuans. If you see, this is me, Koens. There's no, so this guy is already banned. Yeah, so unfortunately I can't do anything here. So I always write like, try to tag them, because you'll very quickly notice if they're in the group, but I keep the group very clean. I ban them immediately. Like today, this morning, I banned another one that was brand new. I'm very quick in banning. I have a list in, like if I go to the bans, so server settings, and then I go to bans here. There's lots of these, don't look like, there's many scammers here. Like this is all scam stuff, except for the young channels. So also here, more. So these are not, because these are banned because they have such a young account. So I have to unban them. These are auto banned. But if you have an account younger than 3 days, it's a protection. You can't enter the group, so you get auto banned. So I have to unban them. But yeah, in the end, people have to read the legal disclaimer. I will never write anyone there, or add people as a friend. Pleasure, guys. Pleasure. Thanks. Have a good day, young PC. Have a good day. What's your analysis for the 5 and 50-minute time frame on Bitcoin? The same as mentioned earlier. So I won't go all over that again. Here's the probabilities. So we were looking for a move to the upside, right? Expect a retracement back up, and after this, we expect a retracement back towards the downside. Because of these scenarios that we have on the lower time frames. On the micro, we are looking for this one here, A or 1. We look for a 3-wave structure to the downside, either an X or a wave B before a move down. This depends on the move that we get to the upside, which is what we were expecting. And in the bullish scenario, you're looking for a wave 4 and now a 5 to the upside. So the move to the upside, depending on the move that we get, we're going to look for an X, a B, or a 5. In an X or a B, we need a 3-wave structure. So we're going to be looking for an ABC or other structures. For a wave 5, we want an impulse. So depending on the move that we get to the upside now, we will know what happens next. But the probabilities where we are looking for a retracement to the upside, and then we're still looking for a move down. Either after a 5, we look for a B or 2, or we look for an X or B, and we look for a move to the downside after. But that depends on the move that you get to the upside. The structure that is going to form here will be important for the probabilities of an X, B, or a 5 at the moment. So that is the main thing that we are looking for at the moment. So as price is moving, everyone, I do have to go. Because I've been online now for 2.5 hours, and I do really have other stuff to do as well today. We went live at the low of this area over here, and we got a bit of a move to the upside, so that's good to see. Past the 15-minute order block here as well. So we might actually go for the blue box here at 42.7k, 42.8k. That's interesting resistance. If you can clear this box, the next resistance 43.6 or something was it? I don't actually have a separate box there. Yeah, here 43.5. So this is your next resistance. I'll keep this on the chart. My chart is on sharing, so you can look out for this level here as well. And then I'll make sure to, of course, make another update tonight at 7 p.m. Central European time. So yeah, that being said, everyone, I gotta move. Got some more work and other stuff to do as well. So thanks for hanging out. If you missed the analysis, make sure to go to the beginning. But pretty much, I quickly summarized at the end what we're looking for, right? So also daily, pretty much what I said at the end is that's the thing we're looking for, right? So we were looking for a move up, and now depending on the move, we can reassess what's best. But more detail and more analysis is at the 15-minute mark in the stream. But I'll put a how do you call it? A timestamp in the video. When is the next stream? I guess probably usually I do like one a day nowadays. So I guess tomorrow pretty much. I do have time tomorrow as well. I probably don't have time on Saturday. But I guess tomorrow will be a new stream. So yeah, probably. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks everyone for being here. Trade safe, right? Trade safe. Make sure to have green numbers on your screen, not the red ones. And I'm gonna talk to you in Discord and see you at the next one. Cheers.